Hello everyone. In this video, I will be talking about the diseases of the uveal tract. So uvea, as we all know, that our eye has three layers. The outermost is the sclera, then we have the uvea, and then we have the retina. This is the outermost, this is the middle, and this is the innermost. So this uvea, it is the middle vascular coat of our eyeball from anterior to posterior. Like if this is the cornea and this is the rest of the eyeball. This is the anterior and this is the posterior. So anterior to posterior, this is the iris. Then we have the ciliary body and it is continuous with the choroid. So the iris, the ciliary body and the choroid, and this uvea is the vascular coat. So if we talk about the iris, so this is the anterior-most part of the uveal tract. As we can see, this is the anterior-most part of the uveal tract. In the center, there is about 4 mm aperture, which is known as the pupil, through which the light passes into the eye and falls on the retina. Now this iris, it divides the area between the cornea and the lens into two parts. This is the anterior chamber, which lies between the iris and the cornea, and the posterior chamber, which lies between the iris and the lens and the zonules posteriorly. Now if we talk about the macroscopic appearance of the iris, then it is divided into a ciliary zone, which is separated by a zigzag collarette, and the pupillary zone. The ciliary zone, it has the radial streaks and the crypts. The radial streaks are because of the underlying radial blood vessels. I will explain it later with the help of a picture. And the crypts, it is where the superficial layer of the iris is missing, so the crypts appear as a depression. अगर आप मान लो कि ये जो सुपरफिशियल लेयर ऑफ आइरिस है वो नहीं है, तो क्रिप्ट तो हमें डिप्रेशन की तरह लगेंगे ना, गड्ढों की तरह लगेंगे। ये क्रिप्ट भी टू रोज में अरेंज होते हैं, पहला है पेरिफेरल और दूसरा होता है सेंट्रल। तो ये सीलियरी जोन है, दूसरा होता है हमारा प्यूपिलरी जोन, जो कि कोलरेट और पिगमेंटेड प्यूपिलरी फ्रिल के बीच का एरिया होता है। अगर हम ऐसे देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर कहीं पर हमारा ये एक कोलोरेट होता है, इधर पर हमारा सीलियरी जोन है और यहाँ पर हमारा प्यूपिलरी जोन है, और इधर जो प्यूपिल वाला जो एरिया होता है वहाँ पर हमारी पिगमेंटेड प्यूपिलरी फ्रिल होती है। और ये जो प्यूपिलरी जोन है, ये वाला जो पार्ट है, दिस इज रिलेटिवली स्मूथ एंड फ्लैट। नाउ with the help of a picture, we will explain I will explain you the macroscopic appearance of the iris. So let's talk about the macroscopic appearance of anterior surface of iris with the help of a diagram. As we have already understood, there is a ciliary zone and the pupillary zone. The iris is divided into these two zones with because of a zigzag line that we call as the collarette. The ciliary zone has the radial streaks because of these underlying radial vessels, and it has the crypt where the superficial layer of the iris is missing. So these crypts, they appear as the depressions. Crypts, as we have already talked about, there is a peripheral crypt and then there is the central crypt. The pupillary zone, it lies between this collarette and the pigmented pupillary frill. This pigmented pupillary frill, it outlines the pupil, and this is the pupillary zone, and this is relatively smooth and flat as compared to the ciliary zone. Now in my next video, I'll be talking about the microscopic appearance of the iris.